let's say, welcome, very much welcome onto the show, Tihara. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
No, it's my pleasure. You get up to a lot, don't you? You're a busy little bee, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just tell me something about your background in design terms. Oh, no,
Yeah.
you thought I was going to say where you're from there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Where you really from?
Yeah, so I studied fashion design at UCA Epsom, and my graduate collection was about the Windrush Generation. So I created a collection that kind of explored that and like being Caribbean and British at the same time. And then from there, it's just like kept going. I just wanted to explore the culture and learn more for myself. And then, yeah, went into food and all sorts of things.
You know, lots of people, I mean, see kind of Caribbean, British, almost as mutually exclusive, like they're not part of the same thing. I'm just wondering, do you think there is a fusion? Because clearly you do with the food, but I'm just wondering if that's how you see it.
I think, yeah, I do see it. Like I think for me, that being like second generation from the Windrush, so my grandparents are from the Caribbean, so there is that kind of link with the culture, feeling like both Caribbean and British at the same time.
Mm. And where does it come through in your clothes?
So the clothes, I looked at like the West Indian front room, so like the straw kind of crafts and things like that. So I did a lot of embroidery with raffia, kind of inspired by the Caribbean crafts.
And did you watch Granny cook? Because I'm fascinated. I don't know how old you are, but you're coming onto the show. And I'm no good in the kitchen except for eating. So when you come, you best come correct, as they say, because I'm looking at you and clearly somebody thinks you're an inspiration. Were you peeping over were you looking at Granny cooking? Tell me where you get ideas from, because I'm fascinated by, I've looked at badges, I'm looking at prints, and they're designs, but this is food. This is different.
Yeah, so when I was growing up, yeah, my grandmother's Jamaican, and she's a really good cook. I think everyone says that about their grandmother, but I think she's really good, and she's taught me a lot. And then my granddad is St. Lucian, and he would always teach me how to make like fried dumpling and like
you mean bakes?
Bakes, yeah. I think because I was Jamaican as well.
But
like,
yeah, but I don't care. Well, no,
yeah.
on this, I don't care. I really don't care. You either call them bakes or you call them Johnny cake. I'm not having any fried dumpling. Sorry, let me explain to people. These are fantastic. It's basically dough. You get the dough together. You rub it for a dumpling. Okay, you put it in the frying pan and you get bread, and it's beautiful. And you have it with beans. Baked beans often. You have it with ackee and saltfish or just saltfish, but it's fabulous, and it has different names depending on what Caribbean island you come from. Just taking everybody on the or continent, please forgive me, you come from. In terms, let's get to Christmas, because I'm aware of the time, and we may have to try a few things.
Okay.
What we're doing is, over the next couple of weeks before Christmas, I'm going to travel around the world, and I'm going to give people ideas of things they can try on their Christmas dinner table that they haven't tried before, because I, in this kingdom, have decreed that Brussels sprouts have no place on my table, so there is space for something else. Right.
Okay.
In terms of your experimenting, because you sound like the sort of person who would experiment a lot with their food. What sorts of things have you tried to create then?
You mean like Caribbean? Yeah,
because you can't just be cooking. I get the feeling if you're an artist type, which you sound like, you're not just going to replicate what Nanny cooked. You're going to have to try and play around with it, adapt it, develop it, and that's why I talked to you about fusion.
Yeah. So like, I like following different like Caribbean chefs and like Instagram food blogs, things like that. So like Original Flavor, they do like the stuffing, but they put the rum and jet seasoning or things like that. Kind of that fusion of the British Christmas dinner, and then you put a bit of Caribbean in there.
What are you going to have? Jerk chicken for Christmas dinner? Is that what you would? That is something different, isn't it?
Yeah, that's different. Like you could season the turkey with jerk seasoning. See how
Where
that
are you
comes
going
out.
to? Hold on a minute. You a Rockefeller? Where are you going to get turkey? You know, here they kill about 1 million of them, and people are buying it frozen up. And anyway, I don't like turkey. Turkey's too dry. I don't want no turkey on this table. I don't want turkey.
Yeah, I don't really like turkey either. I usually have chicken.
So how are we seasoning? Because I want to give people access points. How are we seasoning the chicken? If we're going to go for chicken, how are we going to make the chicken different to what lots of people from Caribbean origin have every Sunday anyway?
I guess it's just testing out the different seasons. Like, do you mean different to what Caribbean people do already? Or
No. But it's a special. Sorry, it's December the 25th. Everybody in the family's here, even the ones that we don't like. It's a wonderful moment when we come together. We really. So we're going to do our best. Let's put some stuff on the table, and then I'll tell you what I need you to explain a little better for me. Let's do your Christmas. Not that you're going to be doing it, because I believe there are probably people in your family who are eminently more qualified than you. But you're bringing us the new, young, fresh thing. That seems to be the thing that we're going for. So right, let's go. What have we got on our Christmas table, Tihara?
In terms of Caribbean, I like macaroni and cheese or macaroni pie.
Yeah, that's right. That can live there. I didn't used to like it. As I got older, I like it more and more. It's not particularly healthy for us, though. That's really calorific, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's Christmas.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Well done. Look at you. You are so right. Okay, let's go. So we've got mac cheese on there, right? Okay.
Yeah. You've got rice and peas.
Yes. I give my mother-in-law a really hard time, but she came back. So anybody who doesn't know, rice, and it's normally kidney beans, but she's made me some with what, I don't know the other term for it, so I'm only going to call it by what I know. It's called gungo peas. But I'm pretty sure that we're not advising people to go to the shop and say, can I have something? Eddie said I should ask for gungo peas. I don't know that's going to work, but black-eyed peas as well, right?
Yeah.
How do you like yours?
I'm not fussy. I like any peas.
Okay. So we've got rice and peas, whichever. I'm just giving you a choice. Right. Okay. You're doing the main, and we know we've got the chicken on there, right?
Yeah.
Right. Now let's get to the fun bits. Let's go.
So if you want something different that's a bit Caribbean, you could try like saltfish fritters or like Trinidad doubles.
So the fritter, I've got to say, fritters are just, if anybody's, let's concentrate on the fritters, shall we? Just for a minute.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be the thing about all the things that you've talked about. I think everybody's got a fair idea of what macaroni cheese, the chicken or whatever. The saltfish fritters, though, I think are quite new for lots and lots of people. I think they're wonderful. I now can go to a restaurant with that and just eat what you call finger food. So I can have the doubles, the plantain, and the fritters, and I'm happy. I don't need to order a main course. What are saltfish fritters?
They're like saltfish, flour, water, and then you put season like spring onion. Some people put Scotch bonnet in it, and then you make like batter, and then you fry it to make the fritters. Right,
now you need to help me, because I'm speaking as somebody, listen, not me. But, we're trying to invite different people to try it. Let's start. We got 3 minutes, you and I, and by the end of it, are going to teach everybody. So they'll phone me up on Monday, say, Eddie, I tried these saltfish fritters. They were wonderful. Right, let's go. So you go to the shop and you buy saltfish or salted cod or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right. So you go to the shop. It's not cheap, is it? I went and I bought it. I said to my mum the other day when she was dinner, I was like, what? Do you want me to give you some money? And then when I went to the shop to buy it for myself, I understood why she was holding back on it. Right, so we're getting the salted cod. And do we soak it? What do we do with it?
Yeah, so some people soak it overnight. So it's just get rid of the excess salt, rinse it off. On some people, if you don't have time to do that, you can boil it like 1 or 2 times to just get rid of the excess
because it is very, very salty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so we bought our salted cod. What else are we buying?
Flour, And
What kind of flour? What kind? I'm going right from basics now. What kind of flour? Self-raising flour?
You can use self-raising. I think you can use even flour. I guess it's a preference. I think I use plain flour.
Okay. What flour?
I think I use plain.
Plain flour. All right. So we've got our salted cod and we've got some plain flour. Right. Come on. What else we need? You said something about Scotland?
Scotch bonnet.
Scotch bonnet. Is that Scotch?
Yeah.
Anything to do with... No, sorry. Pepper. Scotch
bonnet pepper, yeah.
Yeah, no, Scotch pepper, Scotch bonnet.
If you like a bit of heat.
Yeah, it's got to have a little kick.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we got that now. So do we need anything else?
I like to put spring onion.
Yeah, a little bit. Spring onion. Spring onion is good. Yeah. Zesty, give you a little. Yeah, right. So we've got our salted cod, our flour, our Scotch bonnet, and our spring onion. Right. What kind of oil are you still in? Vegetable oil? Are you in? What kind of oil have you got in there in this pan?
You can use vegetable oil.
Mm-hmm. What are you using?
I personally use rapeseed oil.
Rapeseed.
I've read it's better for you. I don't know if that's true.
No, Mrs. Nestor's on the coconut oil thing at the minute.
Right,
Okay. So we got that, and we heat the pan, and then we put the oil in, right?
Yeah.
Or do we fix up the saltfish and flour and Scotch bonnet and spring onion first?
Yeah, I would do that first to get the batter ready.
Right.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
So you get your boiled saltfish and you flake it. Then you'd add your flour. Mm-hmm. And then add water to make the batter, like the batter consistency. Mm-hmm. And then you would chop up your Scotch bonnet pepper, like finely chop it. And
not too much. Don't get carried away.
Much, yeah.
Don't get carried away with the Scotch bonnet. Okay. And then we chop up some spring onion, as much as you like. Right? As much as you like.
Yes, but to taste.
Right, so we've got our batter, and we've got our batter with all the stuff in it, and we've got our pan, and we've got our heated oil. We've got 20 seconds now. You talk.
Yeah, so then you get your tablespoon, take out tablespoon at a time to make the fritters, and then you put it into the oil, and then you fry it, turn it over. It doesn't take long, and then once it's golden on both sides, you take it out and you soak it on some kitchen roll to absorb the excess oil, and that's it.
And then you've got it on your Christmas table as something, a little taste of the Caribbean, more of the St. Lucia than the Jamaica. Have yourself a good Christmas, Tihara. Thank you for doing this for me. I really appreciate it.